Earth is our home. For 4 billion years, life has evolved to a state of consciousness where in Destiny we eventually began to explore among the stars, venturing to and inhabiting other worlds like Mars. But as the collapse took place, most of that knowledge would disappear and much of our own home would become lost to time, an uncharted wasteland waiting to be reclaimed. Today we're going to discuss what remains of Earth, and if it's possible humans will begin to branch out and reclaim our ancient cities sometime in the near future.
Guardians aren't supposed to investigate their past. That's the rule. But I'm not good with rules. Not when there's this much at stake. The Clovis Bray tech in that building allowed us to colonize the system during the Golden Age. They, sought to create peace for all humanity. It's all been entombed on Mars since the collapse, along with something far more terrifying.
Earth was once a powerhouse in terms of technology and advancement. This time, of course, was known as the Golden Age. When the Traveler arrived, we quickly learned how to traverse the stars, how to build new tools, and create cities ran by technology like Siva. Scientists would visit other worlds and find ancient Vex ruins on Venus, which predated humanity, and also share this knowledge with each other across the networks, like Sundaresh and Elsie Bray did from Venus and Earth and Mars. When the collapse happened though, somehow much of this was lost. Either through destruction or just losing sight of things, much of humanity became more primitive, most knowledge of what the general population knew went out the window, and now the goal was survival for many years. We weren't this spacefaring civilization anymore, most people were huddled down trying to survive. So could we venture back out and start reclaiming land?
The stories tell of a golden age long ago, when our civilization spanned the system. It was a bright and hopeful time, but it didn't last. Something hit us, knocked us down and tried to stamp us out. No one knows exactly what, but we do know this. Very few of us survived. And those who did owe their lives to the Traveler. The mysterious sphere still hangs where it made its last stand, low above the Earth, keeping silent watch. The years that followed the collapse of the Golden Age were hard, but slowly we joined together to build a city beneath the Traveler. And now we've begun to venture back into the wild, only to find that we're not alone.
When the collapse happened, humans, those that remained, would rally together here in the last city. But this wasn't the first place they all resided to. They would create their own camps and outposts like seen here, and as more people eventually found their way to the Traveler, they would build homes, walls, and towers. It took an enormous amount of effort, but there was a reason everyone huddled in this one area, and that of course is the Traveler. This place felt safe, and we would no doubt be more stronger in one city together with what remained of our species, and that of course is true. But that doesn't mean that other places on Earth don't exist and that it's possible that humans live elsewhere other than the city. I mean, we know that some moved to other planets in times of the past, like Aphrodite's group lives somewhere out there, the Awoken, and also Dead Orbit. That's their whole goal, is to leave Earth. So it isn't too far out of reach to suggest that some made bunkers and safe havens, like small ones, someplace else on Earth. For example, we know of the Black Armory began out there in the wilds. They had their forges and their bunkers for their scientists, but were forced to leave when the darkness arrived. You even have these 7 Seraphs who would reside in their own bunkers trying to keep peace and working closely with the Warmind Rasputin. Oh yeah, and also places like the farm and the European Dead Zone. Now we don't have many tales of humans living out there, but we know that Guardians do visit other places on Earth. We've had tales of Shayura and her fire team in Old Chicago in the tunnels, concept art of the Mumbai Push, and even references to the Manhattan nuclear zone. Now that one has piqued our interest ever since we heard the line in Destiny 1 in the tower, but we don't know what happened here. Obviously something nuclear went down, maybe a bomb was set off, and the place is now a giant crater.
Retrieval mission, Manhattan nuclear zone.
Some other places mentioned in dialogue and the lore are as follows: Old Accra, Mombasa Ruins, Saharan Contested Zone, the Appalachian Dead Zone, the Panama Ravine, and Beijing University.
Closed bounty, unclaimed exiles captain and 7 dregs, Brasilia Dead Zone. Bounty claimed, unnamed fallen captain, London.
So we could go out and reclaim, but it might not be worth it yet. When it comes down to it, people feel safe here in the city, especially when we're still battling alien foes and they continue to threaten our safety. Gaul invaded with the Red War, and those people would have had no chance if they weren't with us. We have the Endless Night, which just happened, and who knows what else can happen. As soon as people would start to leave, they would easily be destroyed by fallen raiders, Cabal brutes, or eventually Hive warriors if we let the place get overrun. So maybe wait until sometime in the future when we know we're safe for sure, and when that mystery of light and dark is possibly solved, it's not an issue anymore. Maybe Bungie is even planning to do something like this with the expansions after the Light and Darkness saga in a couple of years. Other mysterious locations in the solar system are still a mystery as well. The Golden Age allowed us to expand, but many of those are now lost relics waiting to be uncovered, like we did with the Deepstone Crypt. This is the great thing about having a sci-fi universe compared to a realistic game like Call of Duty's campaigns. Yes, they did branch out a little bit with Infinite Warfare and things like that, but with Destiny and Space Magic you can make up these cool locations that you can find, like a robot production facility trapped in ice that uses human consciousness. So let me know down below where you'd like to explore next. Should we venture to more planets in the solar system, or should we explore what remains of our home here on Earth? I believe Bungie did state that Destiny currently focuses on our solar system mainly for this saga, but perhaps we will explore beyond that sometime in the future. Anyway, Guardians, that's all I got for today's video. We've had various locations on the Earth like the Dead Zone, Old Russia, and wherever the tower is located, most believe it's South America, but wanted to bring up this topic and see if we can possibly go somewhere else or if it's even worth expanding beyond just the last safe city. If you'd like to see some other Destiny lore and mysteries just like this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. My name's Evade, and I'll catch you Guardians in the next one.